Loving Saram and welcome all of you from Chennai to Prasanthi Nilayam. We had a wonderful 2-day Parthi Yatra in Prasanthi Nilayam, and many were wondering, how will this Parthi Yatra happen? This is not the best of times to be in Prasanthi in terms of weather, but when you look at all the people and hear their experiences, you just feel that they are enjoying the bliss of Prasanthi, and the climate also changed. It seems like Bhagawan created this environment for all of you. So let us go back to how this Parthi Yatra actually happened. What was the objective? And now that the programs are over, what are our beautiful moments with Swami that are our takeaways?
Firstly, thanks to Swami for bringing all of us here on this wonderful day. As we speak, we have been planning this Prashanti Parthi Yatra in 4 installments as far as the Tamil Nadu state is concerned. The objectives are very simple. Bhagawan's centenary birthday is coming in the next 1 year, and we are probably planning to celebrate it over 2 full years. So we need lots of hands, volunteers, to take up many of the national level projects that have been planned and initiated. This is the best time to bring so many of the beneficiaries of the seva, and especially those from the villages where we are doing Gram Seva, the many beneficiaries of the skill development centers, and also the beneficiaries of the mobile hospital and various other medical seva that we have been doing. On an overall basis, on the 4 Parthi Yatras that we have planned, the first one which got finished the last 2 days, the other Parthi Yatras are all coming in the next 2 weeks. We are looking at a total of somewhere around 6,000 to 6,500 persons to come over all the 4 Parthi Yatras. We hope all of them will join us in executing the various seva initiatives, Gram Seva, skill development, various other Narayan Seva that we have been planning, to execute it on the field and offer it as a centenary offering to Bhagawan. That's the primary motive. You were talking about the weather. We were very consciously aware of the weather, but to be very honest in admitting, there were scheduling issues. This was the only slot that was available, and 2025 there is no slot for any Parthi Yatra. So we had to necessarily pack all the Parthi Yatras within these 3 weeks. And thanks to Swami, the trust and the various ashram authorities were very cooperative and helpful, and they readily agreed to our request to accommodate all the 4 Parthi Yatras. So that's the beginning, and that's why we have taken it up. And we believe this will be a good beginning and a long-term support for the organization as a whole. Just one point on that. Many of them are new and first-time visitors. The 1,300 odd people who came over the last 2 days, my own personal estimate is at least 450 to 500 of them are brand new first-time visitors to Prasanthi Nilayam. And we wanted to showcase Bhagawan's various messages, his divinity, his glory. They have to see it firsthand to believe. And I'm sure my colleagues will give more information on why they have come and what benefits and what they have enjoyed over the last 2 days.
We have a Samithi where we conduct bhajans in a home, which is primarily for mentally challenged and physically challenged people. But this has been happening for many years. Already there has been a lot of transformation, where we've seen that children who used to be so very violent have become very quiet over the time after attending the bhajans. So much so that they are involved completely in everything that is happening at the Samithi. So every week, when we go for a Samithi bhajan, they are the first ones to make the arrangements for the altar. They light the lamps. They sit in the front. They've learned bhajans. Some of them, even one person even plays ganjira. And we were very fortunate to have them here as part of the Parthi Yatra. And when they came here, all of them are extremely happy. The manager who takes care of this Shajar homes, he also visited, and he was extremely happy. Even had a very immediate connect with Swami. So they were here, and they he came. He was a bit tired. He just slept for 10 minutes. And then he got a call from the government, the ministries, and he said that he's got a very big order, as they are already part of a skill development center. And he could not believe that this has happened moment they landed in Prasanthi Nilayam. And he was very joyful, and he shared this, and wonderful moment to immediately hear that such a divine presence on them as well.
Happenings where Swami is in charge, and stories which leave you in awe. Any such stories that you heard any more
Yes,
from devotees who have come now?
we had prepared and done a drama during as part of the Parthi Yatra program, and that was about how a doctor gets transformed. So that was enacted, and that has brought tears in many people's eyes because they had experienced such events in their life. There was a climax scene where while the doctors were performing the surgery, Swami appears, and he does the surgery himself. And this is taken from the Tapovanam, and we had made some adaptations to it and dramatized it. But there were two office bearers who senior level office bearers who had similar experiences, and they were uncontrollably crying when they saw the scene. And it so happened one of the office bearers husband is getting operated today. They were going into the hospital when this drama was happening, and being so devoted, they were watching this program live. So they said, now we have no fear. We are going very confidently into the hospital, and Swami is going to take care of us. There's no need for us to even have any iota of anxiety. So Swami is there. All his miracles are visiting cards, but a small program that is having so much of impact across the sections of society.
Awesome. I think the program had many messages. The most powerful being that Swami is the doer. And I think for members in the organization, for office bearers in the organization, there are time and again instances when this gets reiterated. When you know that, yeah, if this happened, it was someone else who was just making it happen. Can you narrate any such moments of his presence, the unseen hand, as you were busy in his work?
So maybe a couple of things I would like to narrate. The one thing is my job requires a lot of travel, right? So I keep traveling every week or every alternate week. As we are doing the preparations for the Parthi Yatra, there are at least two international visits I was supposed to make in 2 weeks back to back. So I had committed myself to this yatra as soon as the dates were announced. My tickets were booked to come to Prasanthi Nilayam and all of that. But during the preparation, I thought maybe I'll have to travel. But it so happened that all the travels got postponed, right? So that my all my schedule got cleared. So every day I could spend time in preparation for the yatra. That's again, I don't think it was in my control to manage my travel. It was Swami's hand that was there. And secondly, for some of the programs, we have to use a lot of materials, props, and things like that, right? When we do it in our hometown, it's very easy. We can bring something from our home, from neighbors, and all of that. But when we come to Prasanthi Nilayam, there is always little bit of a doubt in our minds, right? I think perhaps that's the message Swami is giving, that you should not even have that doubt, because when we came here, all the things that we wanted were given to us without any effort from our side. A small thing like we had to bring something from GH, so we went to the GH authorities and asked them. They were so kind enough to use their own vehicle, transport it. They didn't even let us hire some vehicle and bring it, right? So Swami's hand is everywhere. That is something that we were able to see throughout the preparation as well as the execution of Parthi Yatra.
And moreover, in addition to Brother Upendra's information, we were struggling to get some CG computer graphics for the last scene, which was a highlight of the moment of the drama. So we were trying to make more facility to find out whether how to do about the operation theater scene, everything. But it so happened without any big great effort, we seen Swami's hands in getting the things done very softly and coolly. Even we don't know how it was done. On the day before, 2 or 3 days before, some of the devotees, even we were working together, we don't know whether he is working on it. Suddenly he came forward and said, no, I am also a working professional on CG. Then he said, you give it to me. He worked hard on the night itself, and he gave us the feedback and everything. We tried with 3-4 thing, and finally we didn't expect that it happened so very good that we are seeking the outside, but the Swami's hands are here nearby, so that it's went on very well.
Awesome. So you leave everything in God's hand, and you'll see God's
Yes.
hand in everything. So can I hear from each one of you, what has been your surge of inspiration to be so dedicated to Bhagwan's mission? We'll begin with the state president.
To start off, basically, Swami has been in my life since 1986, and he has given me so many opportunities to do small program, big program, mega program, whatever you call it. He has given me so many opportunities, and not once we have had any issue or any trouble in executing any of the projects that we had. Even after Swami's Mahasamadhi in the year 2015, when the 90th birthday celebrations were going on, I had one of the most challenging and difficult tasks of coordinating the music program, which is an international orchestra. 2014 onwards, the planning was done. More than a year and a half, the planning was going on. And we had almost 100 plus musicians coming all over the world into Prasanthi Nilayam. That was a very challenging moment that I had. And the joy and the peace and satisfaction that I got at the end of the program made me feel that this is what I have done so far in the last 20-25 years is nothing. Swami has been so kind to all of us. So that made me think, for centenary, there should be something special that I must do. And one thing that I have taken up as part of my personal offering to Bhagawan is, apart from a personal perspective, the organization's perspective is also there, which is what I'm focusing on. The Skill Development Center is something that is very dear to me personally as well, because we see so many of the youngsters, whether it is women, men, or educated, uneducated, whoever, everybody wants a livelihood. And Swami will be very happy to take such an offering from us. In the short span of the last 1 year, I would say in the city of Chennai alone, which is so densely populated, we have opened nearly 30 skill development centers. So that's in fact a very large number. And we have not just focused on a single tailoring, which is the normal bread and butter stuff for any skill development. If you say, many people will say it is the tailoring center. We have not restricted ourselves to that tailoring. We have got several computer learning centers where people learn basics of computers. We have moved to tally accounting, which is very important for somebody to earn a livelihood. Then we also have coaching centers for professionals, which is the Banking Service Recruitment Board or the Railway Recruitment Board, Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, Group 4. Group 4 is a cadre where people who are just past the 10th standard, they are eligible to appear for Group 4 Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. I am very happy that effort, where nearly 700 students from a village who were part of the training, 3 of them got selected. Just to give you the context, for about 1,000 seats, nearly 1 million people apply. So that's the kind of equation that we have. And those 3 have got placed in a very good environment within. So my personal perspective is, we're going to expand on a very large scale as far as the skill developments are concerned. We have now a plumbing course, we have a tailoring course, and very soon we are going to start courses for home care for elderly, home care for patients. So these are some of the things that we have. In my view, that could be one of the best centenary offerings that Tamil Nadu as a whole can offer to Bhagawan, and we are working very seriously on fulfilling that mission, if you want to call that as a mission.
Beautiful. And I think there's nothing more satisfying than being able to make someone stand on their legs.
Yes.
So any more stories about people who have benefited from the Skill Development Center?
Yeah, actually, for our Grama Seva, it is adopted village Kayar, which is just about 50 kilometers from Chennai. Initially, the head of the village, he was actually slightly reluctant to admit us to enter into the village. Now, after that, we entered slowly, and he was telling that, "Sir, we don't know anything. We have all the things which have been in place." And he was also trying to do many things to the villagers, but we couldn't able to get the people in line for discipline. He was asking us, since you are from Sathya Seva organization, and I believe discipline is the best thing which getting it from the organization. We believe you do the things better for the children who are studying therein. And then we continuously doing without any break to the we are visiting villages, and we are giving classes for the Balavika students. So half an hour will be the students education, teaching and everything, and another half an hour for the Balavikas, and without telling about the religion or anything. And it was flowing slowly good, and they got the confidence that yes, they are the right people to involve into this. And after that, the village head is not getting into the system regularly. He was so happy, and with the help of state and trust, we started one of the skill development center at Kair village. And he was also telling the same time, no sir, NGOs have come many times, and they've also started things, then left the things halfway through. So I don't mind the thing you started things, but I expect the things to be continue, and it is being consistent. Then we said, sir, with Bhagawan's grace, we'll do the things, and it will go on continuously. I don't believe that with Swami's hands. The first batch, it was 21 beneficiaries, and they were so happy, and they trained so much, and they are happy to come over here to visit Bhagavan. And more with proud to say that the scarf which we are wearing during during the visits, it was stitched by the beneficiaries of the skill development center, along with the other team members in the city, plus the Grama Seva people. So that's what the people are expecting. And once they reached out here, they were so happy. They called me and personally and said, sir, this is a very nice place where we get the peace and everything. And they were updating me very regularly, and even they dropped down at Chennai, and they called me back and they said, sir, we are so happy, we are ready to come over again and again and do continuous visits, and even they are ready to go for the Parthi Seva also. So that is a transformation they are getting it from the Parthi Yatra.
Beautiful. So many life-changing stories. Any other story comes to mind?
So one of the things that we are doing in Chennai city over the last few years is celebrating Ramzan along with our Muslim brothers, right? In today's scenario where there's so much of hatred that is generally spread across the world, but Swami's message of all religions are one is something that we are trying to put to practice. We go to these mosques on the Ramzan day and then distribute rose milk and sweets to them. This we have been doing for a few years. In fact, it has gone to such a level that during the Ramzan time, the mosque authorities call and ask us, are you coming this year? Will you be also joining us? Right. So that is something that was very heartening to hear from them. And also, we have done a couple of training sessions for the Muslim brothers in first aid, and they have also shown interest to participate in the seva activities that we as an organization do. We are just hoping Swami gives us the opportunity to bring them also to all the activities that we do.
Another story of transformation, in the adopted villages that we have, the families generally, they have this habit of eating non-veg every Sunday. For them, it's a ritual. And of course, the men folk, obviously, they have addiction towards liquor. But we have been hearing stories especially from the village coordinator and the panchayat board president, that there are many families who are able to come out of this habit of liquor addiction. And then they say that whenever we have classes on Sundays or whenever we have special programs like Vidak Boja or Matru Boja, these people, the entire family, they abstain from having non-veg food. In fact, during the yearly Pallaki Seva that we do, we go take around Swami to almost every street and every household people. I mean, they are allowed to give Harti to Swami. The first year, they were really surprised because they thought we'll have one pujari to do the Harti. But we said, no, only you have to do the Harti to Swami because Swami is coming to your house. They were so taken aback They said, sir, Swami has given us a very big, blessing today, because we, in all sincerity, abstain from, having non-veg today. And Swami has blessed us because we have never had the, opportunity to give Harti to at any temple that they have been visiting. But here, Swami has come to their doorstep literally, and they were able to take Harti for Swami. So they said, sir, what more do we want? All our, the so-called sacrifice that we make, Swami has given us a real blessing today. So that is one story that was really very heart-moving.
Absolutely. So slowly, as Bhagwan's name reaches them, slowly his message covertly, overtly penetrates their hearts, and you can see surely and steadily them tuning into Bhagwan's way of life, and also taking on from what Chandrasekhar sir had mentioned. Personally, you were saying there was something, while this professionally, while the skill development is something that the organization is doing, but there is something that is driving you personally. So I would want to hear from each one of you two things. One, what has been your motivation? And second, what has working in the organization, working and participating in all this seva has done to you as a person?
So,
Swami has been so kind that he has never made me feel that I'm some different from the organization or different from the inner circle, if you want to use that word. He has blessed me so much that I haven't had to do any major tinkering in my day-to-day life to carry out the seva and the various responsibilities that Swami has kindly bestowed on me. Nothing at all. I just simply keep moving from day-to-day work. Everything falls in place. And I think that itself is a blessing. Many people find the time management, if you want to use a technical jargon, time management is something so challenging for many of the office bearers, especially at the senior level. Swami has given everything on a platter to me, whether I'm doing my professional work in the office or my business that I have been doing a little while till very recently. He has planned it, even my son's education, my whatever family requirements and commitments. I hadn't had even the slightest of time requirement or extra time requirement to fulfill those responsibilities. So that with that kind of a blessing, I can only thank Bhagawan that I want to do more. I want to keep doing for as long as I can. And I'm hoping that Swami will give me more responsibilities to take up whatever, spend the entire time that I can.
So as you dedicate yourself more and more to his work, then as many of us have experienced, he takes over completely.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about your work. There's nothing like your work and his work. Everything becomes his work.
Correct.
And he takes care.
No,
Yeah.
I'm seeing this not just now. I'm seeing this for the last 25 plus years.
Awesome.
Many people think the age of 35 to 50 is the peak of somebody's professional career. And that's the age where I spent in the organization. So I have no regrets at all.
And you have done professionally well also. And also
Thanks
done...
to Swami once again. Thanks to Swami, my professional life has been very good. Now, at an age where people will not even think of retiring, I've completely quit all my professional commitments. I'm now fully into Swami's work.
Awesome.
I would like to take it from where he left. Personally, for me, words fail me, but he has been my biggest mentor. There are many instances where he has time again proved that, he has been so devoted to Swami's organization activities. I have never seen him get worked up. That is something that I am trying to learn almost every day. As he was saying, some of the challenges he took up, some of the big projects that he took up, even during the peak crisis. When I say crisis, it is not crisis at any other level. We are talking about 2015. That was the biggest learning for me from him. 2015, the entire Tamil Nadu state was ravaged by unprecedented floods. When you say unprecedented, there were, entire city, many localities had flood waters entering their houses up to their waist level. And it was across Tamil Nadu. and we wanted to reach out to those needy people. And if my memory is right, we reached out to almost close to around 27,000 families. And it's not just, we are trying to get what we normally call a postman job. Okay, I get it from here and then pass it on to somebody else. No, we we had to arrange for so many items, close to around 18 19 items we had to arrange, and they used to come in bulk. We need to put them in smaller packets. All this planning, all this work execution was all happening. And suddenly we realized there was no all of us as workers, we knew that we were being driven by one hand, Swami's hand, but then there was one person who was driving all these things. You need to talk to sponsors, you need to talk to people who will be able to donate in kind, you need to ensure that the supplies came, we need to ensure that the supplies were of good quality, we can't give used materials, and then we need to distribute. Okay, today we'll distribute to ABC location, tomorrow it will be go to DEF. All this planning, all this execution was happening like in BPO parlance 24/7. And he was there running the show, and I said, sir, how is it? There were so many irritants at that time, because personally we were also affected by the floods. There are so many official matters to be looked into, but he was always smiling. When something was promised, it was not delivered, he will not get worked up. He'll say, see, Ramesh, we are doing it with the fullest commitment to Swami. There is something which he will be doing with which he need not share with you. You take it, you should know to accept what he is giving. If something is not happening today or this moment, it is only by his will. So accept it and just get carry on with your work. And that is where I learned how you do multitasking, and that has really helped me in my organization and professional setup also. I don't get bogged down by any requirements of the client. In fact, all my co-promoters, they are sort of really afraid of the way I commit to the clients. I said, there's nothing, because I have seen the 2015 flood situation, how things were managed and how it was executed so smoothly. I said, there's no need for me to get worked up. I know that if you plan well, things will happen. If something is not going to happen, it is destined as not to happen. So you need to get into that state of acceptance. So when some client asks for something which is very, very unreasonable, I know it's unreasonable, I said, okay, we'll do it. And that has really helped, not me, forget about me personally within the organization. For the organization also, it has got a lot of reputational, advantages. They know, okay, if the commitment is going to come from this person, it is going to be honored. Whether it could be reasonable, unreasonable, they know. Even if it is going to be most challenging thing, they know it is going to be executed. And that confidence only Swami and Swami's organization has given me.
Beautiful.
So I think my offering to Bhagawan as part of the centenary celebrations, as we were talking about it, I wouldn't call it offering. Maybe I don't know whether re-offering is a word that exists, but it's all about availability. And this phrase or this saying of Swami is something that's been very close to me. When it comes to Swami's work, all he's looking for is your availability. Capability is something that he's going to give it to you, right? So as long as you are available, then everything will happen. I've seen it personally in 2-3 instances. One example is the 2007 Atirudra Mahayagnam, which happened in Chennai. So we were all part of the organizing committee. So one of the key asks of all the organizing committee members was that for the entire 11-12 days the yajna is happening in Chennai, you should all be available. Please apply for your leave and everything, which I also had promptly done 2 days before, 2 days after, full 15 days I had applied for leave. But the task that was assigned to me was about bringing water from all the holy rivers across India, right? I was one person, I was wondering, how one person will go to all these rivers and collect water. That's when I realized the entire alumni of Chennai, they all volunteered and said that, okay, this is an activity that we all can take up very easily, because it is about a weekend where you need to go to whichever, river origination point is, collect the water and bring it. And without me calling even one person and saying, can you go? For all the rivers, the volunteers came all by themselves. In fact, most of them were alumni. And in fact, a couple of rivers like Manasarovar, where you cannot go and bring, that was also arranged. Somebody had visited and they had collected water and brought it, and they said this water is available. Can you use it for the Atirudra Mahayagnam? So that way, that entire water collection happened, without me doing significantly anything other than offering my availability and coordinating, right? But then the challenge that I was having was, out of all the activities as preparation for this Atirudra Mahayagnam, this is one activity which gets completed before the Yagnam starts, right? So during the Yagnam, there is actually no work for this particular committee. But then, as I said, I had already applied for my leave. I had made my availability known to Swami. That's when it so happened that, they were looking for somebody to take care of the stage at the Atirudra Mahayagnam site, right? And that was not technically there in any of the committee. So the then state president looked at me and said, okay, now that your work is done, will you be able to take it up? I said, happily, I'll take it up. It was such a blessing that every day when Swami comes to the Yajnam site, you are the first person who are there, who are receiving Swami. You're guiding all the members who are going to offer flower to Swami, the members who are going to take Harti to Swami, you're guiding them. And Swami, when Swami is leaving, again, you are the last person, right? So I think it was all about the availability that I committed myself. I didn't know how to manage the stage, right? What needs have to be taken care of for Swami. All that capability, I think Swami provided. It's just the availability. And I'll tell you a very, very small thing, right? When the alumni program was happening last year, I asked some of the alumni coordinators, is there something that I can do? They said, okay, we need flowers to be offered to Swami. Why don't you procure flowers and come? I said, okay, I mean, whatever has been asked for me, I will do it. But then I procured the flowers, I brought it, and then, students offered the flower and everything happened. I didn't think twice about, why I was doing, just the small activity of procuring the flowers. That it so happened that when this Parthi Yatra was happening, when all the devotees from Chennai have come, that was the same task that was given to me: procure the flowers, bring it, guide all the people to go and take it in front of Swami, how you should be offered. So that was a training that happened during the alumni meet, right? So I didn't know at that point in time I was preparing for this, but that is how I think, as long as you give your availability, Swami will give you the capability and the opportunity as well. And I think my re-offering to Swami is my availability. In whichever way he wants to use me, I'm available for him. I think that's the offering that I have for Swami.
So thanks, Upendra. That's a message. Two things will come to you straight away. That the 2025 Atirudra is coming up, as we all know. You will get the same responsibility given to you now itself. And availability, you have given me a message. Thank you.
So if you ask me personally, I owe Bhagawan because I'm here because of the Balvikas. So when I was in young age, my Balvikas guru, Mr. P.R. Ramanujam, he brought me here into the organization. And my personal, it's like a trainer or guide, philosopher, somebody. It's like he gave everything to me regarding Bhagavan and everything. Because of him only, I just entered in Swami Organization. And after entering, I entered into the Balvikas. My Balvikas guru, Mr. Sri Ramanan sir, he is actually very close to me, and I owe everything to him because of him only we are here, Mr. P.R. Ramanujam sir and Mr. Ramanan sir. So I feel that I should give much, whatever I have beyond my limits and everything, I should give back to the society through Balvikas. So Swami has given very, very much blessing that my daughter is also a alumni of Sri Sathya Sai Balavikas, and right now alumni of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. So he has given a very lot. I should take personally that whatever I've been now here, and I should be giving back to the society through Balavikas. So it is very close to me that and I would like to say that we are saying Sairam to everyone. So I've been visioning that why should I be confined to this group or something with Swami's organization? I pray that whenever you step down to the streets or something, I pray that everyone should say Sairam. So I feel we don't see difference in getting into the Prasanthi or getting into the Sundaram, or it's Sundaram is very close to my heart because I stay in Chennai, and I feel Prasanthi is also very close. And I feel every house when I step down and say Not only seeing my Sai brothers and sisters say Sairam, I feel everyone in the streets or laundry or shops and everything should say Sairam. So through which that Balvikas is the only key wherein which the big changes have been going to happen. I strongly believe that I should give many things to Bhagawan through Balvikas. I take it as personally.
Yeah. So thinking about, where do we get the strength, to do the seva, right? This Parthi Yatra, it was well planned long ago. Lot of activities, drama, music program, bhajans, Vedam, all we, I was thinking is, can I be part of any of the program? 3 months ago, probably I had a fall and I could not probably I could not walk properly, and then I could not sit actually, folded legs, I could not properly sit. Thing, but Swami planned it, all we keep asking is, give us the strength to take any seva. And this time when I came here, Swami gave an opportunity to take care of the accommodation for all the members who visited, the Parthi Yatra. 1,300 members, and a lot of rooms occupied. People visited, in the last 3-4 days. So many came different dates, but I think it is well planned, and Swami gave me, made me, though there was a fall, but he was prepared, to put me into this particular task of, taking care of the accommodation. So I continue to pray that, Swami, give us the opportunity to do the seva, whatever be the seva, we should be in your fold and continue to do the seva.
And in addition to Mr. Shankar's, we were so struggling to get AC rooms because people are so from Chennai and scorching heat and everything. They were so adamant to no, we need to have AC rooms. And he was the guy who really supported and extended his hands. And it's Bhagavan's grace, the weather has been so kind enough and Swami is so kind enough to change the weather. We thought Shankar would have been in a very bad state because we have been doing in other things. We have been worrying about Shankar, how he will be able to handle. But Swami has given the strength to handle the situation very smoothly, and with Bhagwan's grace, we went through 2 days Parthi Yatra will happily.
No, I must also add the accommodation office and the
Yes.
officials have been so cooperative and supportive of all the requirements, whether it is rooms or AC rooms or halls. Very wonderfully supportive, and we are very thankful for all of the ashram authorities for the wonderful support. I must add that, certainly.
So I think I'm just reminded of the event yesterday. Yesterday when managing trustee was speaking to us, one thing he said was, you don't go and tell God that you have a problem. Instead, you go to the problem and tell you have God with you, right? I think when we are thinking about this AC accommodation, we were thinking we should arrange AC accommodations. Whereas Swami ensured that he changes the climate so that AC accommodation is not a factor at all.
Yeah.
Just wanted to highlight that.
Absolutely.
Many people change their decision from taking AC rooms to non-AC rooms because of the weather.
Wow. So finally, if Chandrasekaran sir and others can add very briefly some of the highlights of the offerings that are being planned for the centenary celebrations, so that it will help the people who would want to participate in it, and also it will give others ideas about how they can be part of the 100th birthday celebrations of Bhagavan.
See, basically, the skill development is something that is very dear to me going forward in Centenary. The challenge is to expand the entire skill development offering, not restrict it to the city of Chennai. We have adopted almost 80 odd villages till now. And the plan is to adopt another 100 more and take the total number to somewhere around 200 villages to be adopted before the end of this calendar 2024. So the challenge is to take the skill development to all the 200 villages, because many of the villages, especially youth, youngsters, men, they have no employment. Some of them are educated, many of them are uneducated. So they should also be brought into mainstream life. That's the objective. So we will endeavor to take the skill development whether be it can be plumbing, it can be electrical, it can be masonry, it can be home care, it can be anything. Not just necessarily restricted to some very limited scale. So that's the plan that we have, and we hope to offer that to Bhagawan during his centenary.
Beautiful. I think if you look at any of the birthday celebrations of Bhagwan, be it 60th birthday, 70th birthday, you always had mega plans with respect to villages. Like 60th birthday, you had 60 adopted villages. And I think whenever there was 85th birthday, I remember the similar thing happened in 1985 also, 50th birthday also. All the boys are working in the villages. I think that was Swami, in fact, mentioned on one occasion, mentioning two villages here, saying that these villages are like my eyes. So I think focusing all our attention on the poor and on the disadvantaged, and ensuring that they are not displaced, and where they are, if they are strengthened, just like a little village Puttaparthi became an international destination today because Swami chose to be here. He did not want to move to any other place. And I think that's what we, in our own little ways, we are trying to do. All the members, all the youngsters everywhere, they should themselves strengthen and then strengthen their own village. And I think that is the way where we can have a glorious India, a glorious Bharat. So very beautiful. And I think this is definitely an activity where everybody can participate in different ways.
Sairam, yet another offering that we want to do as part of the centenary is the Liquid Love Seva. Liquid Love Seva, as many of you may know, it started as a very small effort from a single individual in his own house. He started collecting database of donors. Then looking at his personal effort, we moved it to Sundaram, where it became a center where we were registering people who wanted to donate blood, and whoever wanted blood used to call Sundaram. So it was a simple desktop application where the donor database was available, and the volunteers used to come personally, in person, physically to Sundaram, attend all calls, and then distribute the requirement to various blood donors. Later, during COVID, that had given us a lot of time. So we used some of that resources during COVID and made it as a web-based application from a standalone machine. And then it caught on very well. Now the offering has now become a national Liquid Love offering, where the entire country is using ours. So we, as Tamil Nadu being pioneers in Liquid Love offering, I'm very happy to state that this will be yet another centenary offering to Bhagwan in the entire country, not just in Tamil Nadu, but in the entire country. So this Parthi Yatra, I believe, will help us. As I was saying at the beginning, nearly 6,000 odd people are going to come over the next 4 yatras. So this entire series of Parthi Yatra will help us to achieve all the goals and all the offerings that we have in mind to Bhagawan. And I certainly feel that Bhagawan will be guiding us personally to achieve whatever offerings that we have. He'll guide us to reach that destination. Thank you all. Sai Ram.